Are we living in a simulation? A pre-programmed reality that they know the outcome before it happens. I love coffee. Let's take a moment to tell you about coffee. It doesn't have anything to do with the Poleshift, but it's an interesting story. Back in the day, a goat herder in Africa woke up and saw his goats acting crazy, acting all just jittery and jumping around, acting all nutty. He thought they were on something, some kind of drug. And this is back when medicine men and women tried these roots and these plants and found their medicinal properties. And he woke up one morning early to find out what was making these goats act strange. And he saw them eating these berries off this tree. And so he picked these berries, which turned out to be coffee beans. And he ate some of them and he got all crazy. And so he started boiling these. And then the French came along looking for slaves and grabbed him and saw this creation of his. And they assumed property of this. And it was either Spain or France, one of the two, and assumed property of it. And the rule was if you wanted a coffee plant, you could have it as long as you left your head. They didn't want anyone else having coffee, just French having this coffee or Spaniards. I forget who it was. But anyway, some Rico Suave dude from Mexico or Brazil came over and slept with the king's wife, and she gave him a coffee plant. And he escaped, barely, and got lost at sea for like 28 days and gave all of his water to the coffee plant. And this is how Brazil got coffee. So now we'll go on with the Poleshift story. But coffee is wonderful. It tastes different from every location. So coffee is good. Get coffee. Are we living in the Matrix? I think we are. They know when everything's going to happen. They know how many days it goes around. It's 365. It's that way all the time. So if planet Nibiru goes around in 3,657 years and they built an object to align with it on the day of the rapture, that sounds logical. Let's take a look. Well, they really don't want me to show you the Sphinx again because now we can amortize our timeline and figure out exactly when it is. So here's how we figure it out. And I'll have to get the exact days out of my book. But it was 47,000 some years ago. I think 47,900 years ago, and I've got it right here in my book. I'll go dig it out and I'll put it in the next video, along with a new picture of the Sphinx. The Sphinx was built to align so this star comes up between its legs on Easter 2026. So on one of my previous episodes, it tells the exact days of the Sphinx and that it was built to let those know that we will not be intimidated, the people, the builders of it. But it was built 47,000 some years ago, 47,900 years ago. So they don't want you to understand that the Sphinx is staring at an object in the sky at 30 degrees that it's waiting for, that's going to rise on Easter 2026. Is that the day of the rapture? Is this Nibiru that is rising between the feet of the Sphinx on Easter? Did Jesus die on the cross, or do we all die? I guess we're going to find out soon enough. They won't let me show you a picture of the Sphinx. Had it up on my last video. This I took off of some dude's page on Facebook that put it up there. I don't know the guy's name. Please screenshot it, blow it up, and see what it says. It's a very interesting document about the Poleshift, and it proves, in fact, everything I'm saying. Whatever your name is, dude, on the internet, I'm not trying to take your stuff. I tried to leave you a comment that I wanted to use this, but there is no way for it to leave a comment on your page. I'm passing this information along. Anything Poleshift related, I pass along. So because we've got 7 bodies in the sky, not a 3-body problem, a 7-body problem. I think one of them is now orbiting the moon. Our moon has captured one of the objects. So now it's going to be a 6-body problem, but that body is going to be a problem around our moon because it's going to create a whole new shore tide and everything, isn't it? Well, now that we've got 2 moons, you can't tell me it's not going to make things strange. And, you know, all of this stuff that's being done, and you can't say it's not being done. It's particularly to do what you think it is to do. What do you do to bugs in your house? What do you think they're doing to us? Plus, they're hiding something in the sky. 7 things. Now, why aren't you hearing about this? Why? Oh, that's AI. Everything's AI now. Oh, that's some great AI. None of that's real. No, none of it's being reported. Being hidden by the elite. And I'm going to go and show you a diagrammed image coffee. Thank you, Lord. I'm going to show you a diagrammed image of all the cracks going on, all the volcanic activity, all the crazy bomb cyclones and the crazy nutty weather and the this and the that. And it's just simply not being reported because they don't want you to know the truth. But we're going to go through and I'm going to show you a diagram of how the space shuttles have been retrofitted to have 300 seats. And somebody said, oh, that's impossible. That's crazy. It's illogical. They'd all die. What if they're only going on a short trip? What if they have a little landing strip in space that they've been sending up in these shuttles and just sending up little, basically erector set, built on the ground here, platforms, and they built some little space hotel up there with a little landing thing, and they shoot this space shuttle up there and it lands, and they just drop the thing off the side and it just floats down and they land it. And you know, this might explain why in this 2050 video there's a space shuttle in Los Angeles landed right there in the middle of nowhere. Maybe it had to leave this spaceport or this space hotel that they've got up there that they plan on shooting themselves to in these old space shuttles, the Columbia, the Challenger, the this, the that, with 300 seats inside. And they're all going to be sitting in there. They're just going to shoot right up into their little space hotel and watch us all get cracked up for about 27 minutes. In the Bible, it says, no man shall stand during this time. 27 minutes of shaking and quaking. Okay? Straight up. That's all. Screenshot that. This is where all the stargates and the portals are. This is the reason why they're so important to all of these guys that are going to go jump in them right before the Poleshift and go to the moon and Ceres and wherever. They've got all the keys. They've got all the gates. They've got all the... they're the locksmiths, just like on the Matrix. The word's out on the street that they found 3, not 2 North Poles, which would be logical considering the fact that both Nemesis and Nibiru are bodies of such size and mass that they would possibly both create temporary North Poles while they are near planet Earth. So now they're saying there's 3, not 2 North Poles. I was the first to say that there were 2 North Poles, and this is the reason why animals were going in circles. Truth is, there's 3. Thank you, Greg, for pointing out the obvious that 2 suns would equal 2 or 3 North Poles, depending on how big the bodies were as their nearness to Earth and their size and magnetism. Our molten core is being changed by a pole shift.